Hello stampers and crafters, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to turn these simple, pretty yet simple cards into these. So we are going to step up the cards I did on Monday using the new 2024 to 2026 in colors. If you would like to see from start to finish how to make this card set, please keep watching. In my last video, I showed you how to make a card set using the now retired in colors from 2022 to 2024. Today's project is going to be all 5 of the new 2024 to 2026 in colors, and I'm going to show you all the steps. All I've done here is cut my layers, and I'm actually building on the cards I shared on Monday on sassypapercrafts.com. If you want to see those cards, just click the link in the description of this video to head over to my blog. These are the only 2 I have left. I've sent out 3 of them. This is Petunia Pop and Summer Splash. And these are the simple, super easy cards we made using the Stippled Roses stamp set and the Stippled Roses dies that you can find in the new annual catalog. If you need a catalog, there's also a link for that in the description of this video. So these cards were really simple, super easy for beginners. This is going to be the same card, only stepped up. So I have all 5 of my card bases. I also have 5 strips of that designer series paper. I have 10 pieces of basic white, 1 for the inside, 1 for the outside, all 5 in colors here, and some scrap paper. And I have my stamps ready to go. We're going to be using 3 of them again. Now you can do whatever you'd like for the stamping. I just recommend for these cards an image that you can die cut and a sentiment. So for mine, I'm sending thanks for all 5. You could do all 5 different sentiments. You could do a happy birthday. There's a happy Mother's Day in here, congratulations. And I just love these card sets to have on hand to give out. So we're going to do all of our stamping first. So I'm not stamping on any of this paper, moving it out of the way, bringing in my stamps. We're going to use this big rose here, the leaves, and then I have my sentiment, sending thanks. So what I like to do, let me push these to the side. I also probably need a bigger desk. I like to do one color at a time, and I do all the parts I need. So this designer series paper is going to lay over to this edge, so I know I need to do my stamping for my sentiment here. I'm going to start with Shy Shamrock, because that's just what's on top. I'm going to ink up my sentiment first. And I like to line it up with my grid paper, stamp it down in that corner, and then I'm going to flip the ink pad over and ink up this large rose onto this, and we're going to die cut this out. So like I said, you can use any stamp and die cut that you have, but I do recommend one that you can cut out, or you could fussy cut it too if you're not quite into die cutting yet. I'm going to grab another one of these basic whites. This is going to be the inside of our card, and I'm just going to ink up the top part of this leaf, and we're going to kind of have it come in like that. And that's it for our stamping. So I'm going to do this with all 5 colors. And as I'm doing it, this is like what I call an assembly line. As I'm doing it, I'm moving things aside, and then I'm putting these 2 together. I'm going to move that because I want to die cut that. And then I'll put my ink pads away because I don't like to set things down. I like to set them away. I'm going to clean off my stamps. I have my Stampin' Scrub, my Stampin' Mist. And I'm going to do this in real time, not speeding up this video. I will end up cutting the part where I die cut just because nobody wants to see that. So now I have Summer Splash. I'm going to grab, this is the outside of my card, ink up my sentiment, line that up with the grid paper, right there in that bottom corner. And I think I moved all of my pieces for the rose instead of just one. Something funky on there. And I'm going to take the rose again. And if you wanted to, I thought it would look really pretty. I didn't do it for this one, but I thought it would be super pretty if you embossed this panel after you stamped it, or even cut out that sentiment. I didn't do it for this card. I just thought it was a little bit much, so didn't do it. But you totally could if you're into embossing. And here's the inside piece. And really, I'm just focused on the top part of the leaf. And then put my ink pad away. Now I can clean these stamps off and use Peach Pie, which Peach Pie is a color I didn't think I was going to love as much as I do. It's super pretty. I didn't think I would love it as much as I do, honestly, because it's kind of like an orangey color. And then, so it doesn't matter what order either you stamp in, just that you're doing all one color at once. It just makes it go by quicker. Set that, and then I need one of these. Line it up. And you don't have to do all 5 different colors. You can do the same. You could do 10 of these. You could do 20, however many you need. And if you like these in colors, you really should consider joining Stampin' Up! Because they have a fantastic promotion from May 1st to May 31st where you get 4 in color products. You get all 5 of the ink pads, a pack of the designer series paper that I'm using, the cardstock that we're using for our bases, and the Stampin' Write markers for free in your kit. Kit is $99. You get $120 or $25 in product. Your choice of product. You get to pick. You can pick all brand new stuff from the new catalog. It's such a good deal. I wish demonstrators could get in on that. That's okay. Being a demonstrator is amazing, and the discount on the annual catalog alone was totally worth it. So, but it is a really good starter kit special, and it goes, like I said, until May 31st. So just for this month, there is a link in the description of this video if you would like to learn more about that. And it doesn't matter which way this one goes, because we're die cutting it, right? So when I put it on the card, it'll be the way it's supposed to go. And sometimes in between, you might have to spray a couple times. We have one more color left to go, and then I can do the die cutting, and we can put our card together. Grab that Petunia Pop. I must have cut 2 extra pieces because I'm like, why do I have all 5, so I don't know why there was 2 extra ones. I must have cut 2 extra. Put my sending thanks down there. And Petunia Pop, I think, I don't know, I really like Summer Splash a lot too. Ooh! Almost ruined everything. It's fine. Got it on the block a little. That's okay. I really like Petunia Pop. I'm like, that's my favorite. But now I don't know, because I really like Summer Splash. I like Pretty in Pink. I like Peach Pie. Shy Shamrock it's a good green. It's a good green. It reminds me a lot of in color we had a couple years ago called Call Me Clover. Not my favorite, but still really pretty. I like all the in colors, but I'm a purple gal, you know, and so I thought Petunia Pop, that's going to be my favorite. And then I used Summer Splash, and I'm like, oh, I like that. Which one is your favorite? Tell me in the comments. And do you have like a past favorite? Because Fresh Freesia was also one of my all-time favorite in colors. Now that it is in our color collection, which I was super excited about. Just cleaning up a little bit here. Like I said, I like to clean things up as I go. Put my stamps back in the case so I don't have any stragglers. I don't want to lose anybody. And then I'm going to show you the die set. So we're going to be using the Stippled Roses dies. I'm just using this one die to cut out these massive roses. But there's a bunch of other cute little detail dies in there that would be super pretty in these in color. So that also gives you another idea. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to run each one of these through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, die cut them out, and then we can just assemble our card. Super easy. Now that everything is die cut, we are ready to assemble. So the first thing I like to do is just take my card bases and burnish them with a bone folder just so they lay nice and flat. So we're going to do this to all 5 of them. Four and 5, and that also gives us a little bit more room to work. So then what you have to do is kind of go in. I can see Petunia Pop is the top color, and go in and grab them. I'm just going to set those card bases to the side just so I have more room to work. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal and also some Stampin' Dimensional so we can pop up that flower there. I'm going to grab, this is the inside, so I'm just going to put that in there first. Maybe get that out of the way. I know this one's being goofy. We grab another one. Again, that's our inside. Just like that. And then for our front panel, I'm going to find the Designer Series paper. And this is just as long as the basic white. So you want to make sure you're matching it good. If you're not good at that, you could always use liquid glue. I'm decent at it. I wouldn't say I'm perfect, but hey, it looks pretty good. So I'm just going to put some seal on the back. Again, if you're not comfortable, or maybe you don't have such a steady hand, you can totally use liquid glue. That gives you a little bit more time to work. Now I gotta find the Petunia Pop. And to me, the rose goes like this. So see these two little, that's how I find how it goes. Those to me go up. So we're just gonna take some dimensionals. And now, as part of the assembly line process, you could go through right now and add dimensionals to all of them so that way you don't have to do it and we can just be done with that part. All we'll have to do is peel off the backings. If you're liking any of these products and you don't want to join Stampin' Up, totally get it. You can purchase these in my online store. The link in the description of this video to the blog post has all the supplies listed, and they're also listed at the end of the description of this video. I'm going to take these off, and I thought this would also be really pretty with the new ribbon, the new in color ribbon, but I don't have all 5 colors. I only got Petunia Pop. The other ones are coming. Now I'm going to add the 2024 to 2026 in color shimmer gems right now, just so I know this card is finished. If you wanted to, you could put everything together and then come through and add your gems, your embellishments. I just like to do it now just so I know that card is finished. Move it to the side. Now let's move on to Pretty in Pink. Grab my card base, because I can see that is the one that is on top. And now for the insides, I do like to put my seal just around it, just in case I get any little bubbles or anything like that, because I write on the insides of these, right? So you don't want your pen going over a little bump. And I like the dots of this designer series paper. That's really pretty too. And now that I'm looking at it, I was like, oh, we could have used that side. But it's cute. See, now this one is not perfect. I'm going to try to move it a little bit. It's good enough. Not perfect. I probably would have been better off using liquid glue for that one, but it's okay. I'll grab Pretty in Pink. And even with the die cutting, these cards are super easy to make, and you can see they're not taking me much time at all, especially when you do it like this in the assembly line style. So that's 2 done. Now we move on to Peach Pie. Run my seal. And I do like having sets like this on hand. These are great, especially when you do different sentiments. That way, if you ever need, like, a birthday card really quick, you have one ready to go. I do like making birthday cards sometimes with specific people in mind, but sometimes you just need like a generic one, right? And these would be perfect for that. Maybe an acquaintance or somebody in the office you don't know that well, but you want to do something. And now another tip I want to give you is when you are placing these, if you're mailing them, be careful about how you put this, because if you put this off to the side, see, it's not going to fit in an envelope. So you just want to make sure you're putting it within the borders of your card. As long as you're doing that, it should fit in the envelope just fine. And I do use non-machinable stamps when I mail these, just because I don't ever want them to get sent back to me. But I have sent them in just with regular posted, regular forever stamp, and they've gone just fine. It's just, you got to be careful when you have things that are like popped up, or like these shimmer gems. If they feel that, they're going to send it back. But I really haven't had a problem. Now, Shy Shamrock and Summer Splash, I keep wanting to call it Shaded Spruce, but Shy Shamrock, and they're very close, so you want to be careful. This one, the more green one, is Shy Shamrock. But when you have them sitting out, like the in color, like the designer series paper, it is, when you have these two together, you can clear, that's Shamrock. But the paper, sometimes the embellishments, the ribbon, I think, might be a little difficult to tell. So just pay attention. Like, see that? They're clearly different. I'm just saying. I've seen some people go, how can you mix them up? And, sometimes we're people and we do that. So see, now look, I gotta look. That is Summer Splash. I almost went for the Shy Shamrock. Oops, that's stuck to my finger. One more card left, and it is Shy Shamrock. Grab our inside. And if you were going to add ribbon, I would put on this designer series paper first. And then I'd maybe add the ribbon here-ish, like above that, or just below your sentiment. Maybe put your sentiment up a bit higher. But that would also be another way to like level up this card. And if you're not die cutting, you could just stamp the rose and put the designer series paper over that half, you'd still get the same effect. Just add our last little bit of embellishments. And then we can compare our cards here. So these are the 5 that we just made. Let's see, I have Summer Splash here. That was the basic one, and that is the more stepped up one. So they are similar, but different, right? And let's grab Petunia Pop and see. Like, I just think that designer series paper and lifting up that flower just gives it a bit more pop. Petunia Pop, more pop. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me show you these cards. Nope, not those. These cards. Again, if you want to see how I did those two, just head over to my blog. It was my post from Monday. But here are the 5 cards we made. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.